30 seconds to go, and well, it's that time again. It's Saturday morning, and time for that Zwift Insider Tiny Race, #1. This is going to be one that I did this Saturday at 5. Like I told you, I'll be making my 5 o'clock appearances again, so if anybody want to race with me, I'm at the 5 o'clock appearances. This is one of the good things I like doing. We got 8 seconds, 7 seconds. We're down, getting close to the start of the race. I tried to get this race going in a good fashion, and we're off. I didn't try to gun like monster out of the pen. Lately this week, I've done a lot of social rides. I put in roughly about 130, 140 miles this week. For me, that's more than normal. Normally, I'm about 75, 80, sometimes right at 100 miles a week. So I put a lot more miles this week, but I've been doing a lot more social rides, getting used to just, I'm not used to riding. Since I've started, I'm on about 39 races now, almost 40. And I've kind of gotten used to being by myself. I've been riding Zwift since October 29th or something last year. So I've been riding mostly by myself until I started racing on June 29th. So I've been mostly riding by myself. So I've been used to doing that. So when I started racing and needing to learn how to race, one of the things that I've been giving comments on is to ride in a pack and learn to drift. Even Tandem, who's right here in front of me on this corner coming up right now, has suggested me as we race to stick with the pack. He'll say that every once in a while to me, hey, just stick with the pack. And so I'm starting to learn just to stick with like him and in the pack. The big concern I have now is, though you see me race on the World Race #3, and that one had that hill, and I was able to overcome that hill. On these shorter races, hills like that catch me off guard will demolish any gains that I have, because I don't have enough time to actually catch back up if I don't catch the hill right. And a steep enough hill, as you will learn on this race, a steep enough hill will cause me, no matter how many watts I'm putting out, to lose speed. I mean, literally make me look like I'm standing still, and I can be putting out almost 900 watts. And with this race we're riding, I'm trying to stay, at this point, I'm trying to stay with Tandem, who's in front of me. There's a couple more riders right around me, so the group is there. I'm not trying to leave them. I'm not trying to overpower. I'm at 76, 77 pedals a minute, 350 watts, which is a nice cruising speed for me. That puts me at around roughly 1.9, 2.1 kilowatts. So I'm comfortable there. That's a spot where I can ride and not worry about getting left. And so as you can see, I'm learning how to ride in a group as a race. These things, I've been told in a comment several times that what I'm doing now is putting up these massive numbers are great right now. These numbers are great right now for what I'm doing. But as I progress and see eventually where I will get there, my numbers and that power is gonna be more, I'm gonna need more than just that power. So I'm starting to force myself to, it's nerve-wracking to me, I'm gonna let you know that. It's really nerve-wracking to me because my fear is still the hills, especially on a smaller, shorter course like this. Now, when I did the Royal Race 3, I hit that hill, and I gotta let you know that I was like, I stated how I really felt on that hill, but that hill, that mountain climb was unsettling because it was just so massive in the middle of the race. But as you see, as long as I have enough ground to catch up, sometimes these hills won't matter as much. It's just that I don't let you get away too far away from me as we going up. But on this race, I stayed in a group. I stayed at a steady pedal. I'm doing 2.1 to 2.4. I think I end up finishing this race with, I want to say 2.3, 2.1 kilowatts. My heart rate was like, it went up at the end of the race because I was putting so much power into it. But as you can see, my heart rate is about 145 and I'm cruising with them. I've been doing a lot of socials. I've done this week a total probably about 60 miles in social rides. And the social rides allow me to ride with a group, understand to stay with the pack, and learn to draft off of everyone who's around me. So I'm doing a lot more social rides. I've joined a team. I'm Team Z Sons. And the funny thing is, Z Sons, the reason I joined them was because they were the first one to ever ask me. Nobody's actually this week they asked me first, and I was just saying, how do you join a team? I think I put that out there on one video, but they actually asked me for, I guess they saw the video, and I checked them out, and I was like, okay, cool. And then it turns out my favorite color is red. If you notice, I try to get as close to red in what I wear, and my favorite color is red, and so, especially when I get my Trump, I'm gonna try to get as close to red as I can, but my favorite color is red, and their shorts and getup is basically red. So I was excited about that. So I'm kind of happy they asked me. I'm kind of happy their uniforms are red. But as you see, we reached 2 miles. We got a 1.4 miles to go. I'm learning, another thing that I'm learning is when to switch on my power. Now, this race here, we're coming around, I'm riding with tandem. We're riding at an incredible rate. I've even heard people say that we're pushing the pack a little faster than I guess they're normally used to. And it's good because I'm getting to understand, I still get to push the pack because my power actually has me pushing forward, especially on any kind of 0 to -1 or 2 or 3%. I don't have to do as much work, and it feels good to be with the pack and have somebody to draft on. So yes, you can see I'm drafting tandem and I'm riding with him. I should make him like my rival because he's the one I like riding with. And I like riding with this guy, and I like riding with the rest of them. And I was hoping to see more there, but I didn't see Mark or anybody else. So I know, like I say, I come at this race because 5 o'clock is normally the time I'm wide awake. I wake up about 3:45, 4 o'clock every day. So we're coming around, we riding good, and I remember to put out my thumbs up. Thank y'all for putting the thumbs up, because I try to remember to hit the little power button or hit the switch. And as I'm coming around, and I'm not thinking, with this race, I'm not thinking about the hills anymore. Now, I have done a social ride where I wrote this ride, and I was anticipating the hill, but when I didn't see the hill, I kind of wish I had known it was coming. That's the thing I miss on this race, is that these races, the insiders don't actually tell you the climb. Now, you can find a route, I can find a route kind of showing maybe a map of this route, but not the exact race. So the thing that comes up with me is I don't know the elevation. If I know the elevation, I can look at the miles and how many miles are left in the race. I can kind of pick up, okay, cool, I need to speed up. Now, I'm in front of them, and it's just because I'm thinking we finna come around this corner and it's gonna be a flat. And straight bust into a straight flash into the end of the race. So as I come around the corner, I'm looking, and I don't see the flag, but I noticed that we only have 4/10 of a mile, 3/10 of a mile left. And I know that I'm starting to get to the point where I'm starting to try to push myself at about 700 feet. When I see 700 feet, I start to push myself. Now, when he come in front of me and take off, I speed up a little bit, and I put 700, 800, and I know we're going into a hill, so I put the power in. I start really putting the power in. I'm at 100 pedals a minute. I'm at 700 watts, and I'm thinking, okay, cool, this hill shouldn't be that high. And when I look over at this thing, I see 8%. And for me, at the end of a race, and I don't have an incredible lead, 8% is like, and it's not putting myself, that's a death knell for me at the end of a race, as of right now. As I'm still heavier than most of all the guys on racing with me. And you see me fall behind, but actually that was the pack that was riding with us. So because I was riding the pack, because this hill hit me so fast, and I didn't have a chance to try to catch my speed, and 8%, like I said, anything over 6%, 5% you've seen me tackle. And anything over 6%, 6% and up, I'm putting out the wattage. And my number is just slow. If you notice, I was at 800 watts. Now I'm gonna tell you something I did not do that I'm gonna have to make myself remember. If you notice, there's a feather there that I never touched. If I had hit that feather when I noticed that the ramp was coming up, it would have saved me a lot. I might have came in about 5 or 6. I never hit the feather, never. So with this race is over. I love the new screen they have for it in the races. I'll see you on the next one. Have a nice day.